Oh, well, that frickin' figures. It had to happen sometime, I suppose. Just my luck, and we're in the middle of nowhere. This couldn't have been a worse time to have this happen. On a brand new ship, mind you, stupid frickin' pirates. Attacked by pirates, brand new ship. Well, let's assess the damage. See, well, at least the bridge seems to be in good shape. This wasn't even a combat ship. Man, I wish I would have taken my combat ship out for a spin. And it looks as though we jumped into the middle of nowhere and simply attacked by pirates. At least the pirates are taken care of, for the very least. Those drone ships, they can really do a lot of damage. But the bridge of the ship seems to be okay, I suppose. Well, let's take a look at the actual damage. Bunch of thrusters are damaged. Hopefully our jump drive is still active, because we need to get out of here. And if our jump drive's still active, that'll be perfectly fine. We'll be able to jump back to our mothership and our Voyager ship, and we'll be able to repair this thing. And we have a lot of engines and stuff still working, so that's good to see. Jump drive count is 1, so that's a positive thing to see, as well as it's charged, so that's good. Reactors aren't outputting any power, but then again, we're not really using much. We're kind of just idly drifting in space right now. Let's take a look at the actual full extent of the damage. Oh my lord, that's a lot more than I was expecting. Looks as though a drone simply crashed into, I think that's our medical bay. Yeah, that's definitely our medical bay. You can see the medical station right there. So we're not going to be able to access our medical bay, which is kind of unfortunate, unless we want to depressurize the whole ship. Looks like we've got a couple of massive missile hits there as well, and I think we might even have had a drone collision on the back of our bridge there. Yes, and if you're wondering, our bridge is right here. That's us. In our brand new shiny, well, it was shiny until the pirates attacked it, our brand new shiny exploration ship, and it looks like they shot off all of our Gatling cannons except for the ones on the bottom. The ones on the bottom seem to still be working. Oh, that sucks. And the hydrogen thrusters are offline because I didn't put much ice in this ship to turn into oxygen and hydrogen. Pretty much just enough to fill up the oxygen tanks for the duration of this voyage. And let's point it at that right there. Alright, well, let's actually go around and take a look and assess the damage. A significant amount of damage to a lot of the thrusters by the looks of it. It's probably due to the fact that they were shooting with guns, and those guns will damage the blocks, but they won't actually prevent them from working. And it does look like the blocks are still working for the most part. I might have to grind away some steel plates to fix them completely, but maybe we'll be able to make it back to home base before that happens. And as you can see, I'm sure you've noticed already, we have all these LCDs around the ship that display system and ship information, and those are all powered via the terminals here. And this terminal in particular, this one powers something else. And the timers are going to be in here. However, there was a hole and it's on that side of the ship. So I really don't want to open that door because I have a feeling that we're going to depressurize the whole ship. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to the vents. And I am going to set to depressurize on so that we can suck up all the oxygen we can. Looks like maybe I think our oxygen tanks are full. Let's actually take a look at that. Let's go into our oxygen room. We have 3 oxygen tanks. Hydrogen's full, and both of the oxygen tanks are full, and we actually do have a little bit of spare ice. And our oxygen generators seem to be working and undamaged, which is a very good thing. Alright, well, we're not going to be able to go in here because, well, that's going to depressurize the whole ship because that is the medical room right there. Let's actually take a look at the jump drive and make sure the jump drive's still working because it was grayed out, which means I think it might be damaged, but we might be able to fix it if all it takes is some computers and construction components because we can salvage those off of gyroscopes and whatnot. Looks like it's pretty dark down here. Let's turn out our light. Looks like we have some more missile damage there, which is unfortunate. I hope that's our reactor that's on fire, not our... That looks like that is going to be our warp drive or our jump drive. Yeah, oh lord, that is not good at all. They really did a number right here, and it looks like the jump drive, well, it's still there, which means we can still fix it, but it is severely damaged by the looks of it. Our Gatling cannon that used to be there is gone, as well as a conveyor tube in the middle here, which is kind of strange. Well, let's see what it takes to fix this. Oh boy, we don't have that. We don't have 1,000 superconductors. But we are headed to a nearby asteroid, so hopefully we're just going to be able to pick up the required ores and fix the ship that way. We do have a refinery and an assembler on board. Only one, though, because this was only meant to be an exploration ship, not a ship for building things. Oh boy. Well, this is another way to access the jump drive, but I suppose we already showed you that. So, let's head on back upstairs. We're going to just assess the damage on the rest of the ship. I want to make sure that the battery station is working as intended, because we might be able to grind away some of our large reactors. Actually, no, we're not going to be able to, because a large reactor has 100 superconductor components, and we only have 5 large reactors on board, which means that even if we ground away all of our reactors, we still would not be able to fix our jump drive. That's not good news, actually. Here is our safe room, which with our cryo chambers and an air vent, and that air vent is very close to where we produce our oxygen, so this room will almost always have oxygen if it is not breached. So, and it's not, well, it is kind of near the outside of the ship, however, it does have a double thick wall, so it's very unlikely that it will ever be breached. Let's head on down here, see if we can see some more damage. Turn on our light. Looks like we're okay. Yeah, there's actually quite a significant amount of what looks like missile damage up there. Let's head on up to the battery bank. Make sure that that is undamaged. It looks as though that's the case. And it does appear that our batteries are at 100% capacity. So even if we don't want to grind away our large reactors, but if we did, we would still have a small amount of power, and our solar output is actually pretty good right now too, so that is good. So that's one bright side. Also, we do have an oxygen farm on this ship, but it's not going to be producing much oxygen. There's only 3 of them, and that's about enough to supply 1 space engineer with oxygen. Certainly not enough to fill a ship. So it's going to be enough. But you know what? When I was looking out the windows, did you guys see any asteroids? Because I thought it was suspiciously devoid of them. Anyhow, it looks like our reactor here is fine. One of our refineries is fine. Nothing else to really see over here. Our turret is protecting us, which is nice, I suppose. Let me take out my handy-dandy welder. I want to fix what I can. I'll fix what I can with what I have. I don't want to spend and dwell too much time, because we are kind of, at the moment, headed towards what I think is an asteroid, so I don't want to accidentally crash into it. But it is quite a ways off, so I'm not really worried at the moment, so I think the very final thing we need to do is we need to go into our hangar, make sure that the hangar is in good shape, and then finally we're going to go take a look at our refining and assembling area to make sure that that has remained relatively undamaged. So let's close all these doors just to make sure we don't have any air breaches. And yes, I'm pretty sure. Oh crap! Yes, let's turn the inertial dampeners off because we're technically moving. Let's fix what we can. I don't want to have these inner walls damaged. That just doesn't give me a sense of security at all. Alright, well, that's enough fixing things. Let's get to business. I really do like these new doors, though. They're kind of fancy. They really make good airlocks. And in here, yeah, there is a significant amount of damage, especially on this side. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's holding oxygen anymore, which is not a good sign, but everything's attached via airlocks, so I think we're alright. Alright, enough with the ADD. Let's actually get on to what we're supposed to be doing. And into the... this section took a bit of damage as well. And we have 2 refineries, 1 arc furnace, and 2 assemblers, all of which are... they're not active right now. I will have to fix that. Looks like they blew away one of our conveyor tubes, which supply the refineries and assemblers with material. So we're going to want to fix that before we well, we're going to have to fix that before we fix the jump drive and before we can actually get home. So that's going to be one of our top priorities. Obviously, the overarching goal of this is going to be able to get that jump drive back online. And I don't want to start tearing apart my ship for parts yet until I know that the asteroid we are going to, well, if it has the materials that we need, awesome. Then I don't have to tear apart my ship. But if it doesn't, we are going to have to start doing a salvage mission to try to get back home, and we're going to have to salvage our own ship. That is going to be interesting. Well, speaking of salvaging our own ship, let's see what components we do have, because I do have some components on this ship from just simply building it. We have some cobalt, we have an ore detector, oh boy, and we have some gold ingots, which is good. We have some Gatling turret ammo. We have a little bit of uranium, not much, and in our oxygen generator we have some hydrogen and oxygen bottles, which is good, and we also have some ice. Also very important, we have a gun. It's just some spare supplies, really. We have some ammunition, which is going to be important because pirates are a thing now, as you can clearly see by the outside condition of my ship. Computers and construction components. Well, we could take the computers and throw them in the jump drive, but we need 1,000. We need 1,000 of those superconductors first. So, you know what? I'm just gonna take one last peek in here, make sure I didn't miss anything, hide the empties. Alright, well this is all well and good, but we need to take a look at where we are, make any course corrections if needed. And am I tilting? Is this ship tilting? This ship is tilting, that's not good. And we have some enemies on the horizon, not good. They're heading away from us, that's alright. Alright, I'm gonna take a look at where we are using the backup station. It's probably the best thing to do, especially considering we're tilting, and I'm seeing shadows move. That's not a good thing. That generally means we're accelerating. Okay, oh my god. What happened? No, make it stop. Make it stop. Oh my lord, I don't know what that was. Okay, that's what that was. How long was I gone? Dear lord. Let's put on our inertial dampeners. Are we slowing down? Yes, we are. We're slowing down a little bit. Thank the lord. You know what? No, I don't think we're going to be able to stop, though. No, we're not going to be able to stop, but I'm going to keep my inertial dampeners on because we're going to be lawn darting into this planet. I gotta find a good place to land this thing. Lovely. Okay, so we have some mountains over there, which means there's gonna be ice on those mountain tops, which is water. I really don't see any ice anywhere else. We're gonna definitely want a place with ice so we can have oxygen and fuel for our rocket to get off of this rock, because that's we're gonna be stuck here for a while by the looks of it. Yeah. Where else would be a good place to land? We don't really want to land on the mountains, though, because we want a flat place to land. Looks like over here might have some resources. Luckily, the front of the ship will work as a nice crumple zone. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to be breaking this pretty brand new ship, and I really don't want to. Okay, well, you really don't have much of a choice in the matter. Yeah, we're starting to speed up, and significantly at that rate. Yeah, this isn't good. Well, let me contemplate what's gonna happen for a while. This is not good. Alright, well I think I'm gonna try to land right here because it's right in the middle of a bunch of ice-capped mountains, which is exactly what I want, and it's going to be relatively flat there, so I really don't want to be speeding up, but I think we're going to be hitting our max speed limit soon enough. And we're going to be reaching terminal velocity at some point in time anyways, so the front of the ship really doesn't have anything that useful in it. Oh god, we're going down real quick. But the back of the ship definitely does. It has all of the stuff for assembling and refining. Oh god. The frame rate. The frame rate. Oh. And impact time. Oh boy. Ow. Ow. Inertial dampener's off. Inertial dampener's on. Okay, well, the front of the ship is in rough shape. Oh boy, that was a hard landing. That was a hard landing. But it looks like we're alive. We are alive. Turn my inertial dampeners off, let the ship settle. In fact, it doesn't look like we lost much of the front of the ship. I was expecting a lot more to completely break off, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Looks like we might be in luck. We might actually have a base of operation. Can we lift off the ground? No, we cannot. Can we move forward? No, we cannot. We are stuck here. But on the bright side, we are not stuck without a base. Alright. Looks like that's the way that this ship wants to settle. I am going to have to turn off all of the non-essentials because we don't have much power at all. So let's take a look at the reactor. We have, well, inventory. Yeah, we have not much power left at all. So we'll have to use what resources we can very sparingly. So I'm going to go to the control panel. We don't need gravity anymore, so let's turn off those gravity generator blocks. Looks like we still have our, pretty much have the whole front of the ship left, which is something I was not expecting. Okay, well, I'm pleased to see that. Pleased to see that indeed. Gravity generator off. Alright, let's take a look at all those thrusters. We'll turn all those thrusters off because we don't need thrust anymore. Toggle all those blocks off. Gyroscopes can be turned off. Save all the power that we can. We'll just keep the lights on and the turrets on because who knows what's on this alien planet. Probably nothing too friendly would be my guess. Alright, there we go. Let's take a look at the damage. Okay. I did lose some health from the impact with the ceiling a couple of times, but it looks as though I think I'll be up. I wonder if my med room is still intact. It's something that we're going to have to take a look at. Well, let's see what is all lost. I'm guessing there's going to be a hole in the front of the ship. Yes, there is a pretty big hole in the front of the ship, so we did lose all of our cargo containers, which is a pretty big deal. Alright, well, let's take a look in here. Well, that's where our timer block for these computer screens were located, so these computer screens are as good as useless until I can hook them up again with a timer block, but that's not a very big priority right now. A big priority is getting off this rock and getting home. Well, we really don't need doors anymore. So, be gone with you. Alright, do we have... Yes, the med room is still working, good. Nope. Oh god, I almost got rid of our med room. The oxygen on this planet appears to be low, so I wonder what would happen if I take off my helmet. Will I start losing health? Actually, I want to make sure I heal myself completely first. Alright. So, taking off the helmet, am I going to lose health? Yes, okay, well, we're gonna have to keep the helmet on, unfortunately, but maybe I'll be able to extract oxygen out of the atmosphere. And I'm so happy that the oxygen room is still intact. Please still be intact. Yes, everything is still intact. Oxygen tanks, everything is good to go. In fact, I'm going to snag an oxygen bottle. I don't have one on me, as well as a hydrogen bottle. Alright, good. Good. Do I have any ice in here right now? I think I looked at that earlier. I had some ice. But it's gone. Okay, what about our oxygen tanks? Yeah, our oxygen tanks are empty, so that means we're gonna have to find some ice. Alright. But first... Wow. Pretty cool looking world. Looking out of the front of our ship. Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to take a look and see what damage there is in the engineering section. Yeah, that's kind of an issue. I'm probably going to be disassembling this whole ship just so I can get off of the rock that we're on right now. And I'm going to have to build an ore detector. Come on, there we go. An ore detector so we can find some ores, because we definitely don't have enough material. Even from scrapping this ship, we won't have enough material to get off this hunk of rock. Alright, well, so there we go. On the bright side, we're going to have a lot of materials with us when we launch into space again, and we have a relatively protected base. That is a main thing right now. In fact, I'm going to grab my weapon. Just my standard weapon, because that's all I have. And I do believe I have some ammunition somewhere. I had ammunition in the crates up there, but, well, they're gone. Ooh, that's right. Gravity on this planet. Keep on forgetting. Can I get through? Can I get through? Yes, I can. Alright, well, going down there is going to be kind of treacherous now that we're at an angle. And these doors are useless, so I guess we can get rid of them. We can use the plating and stuff for stuff. Alright. I suppose we might as well get started. I want to take a look outside, I suppose. Is there any safe way to go down here? Alright, well, let's make a safe way, shall we? Yeah. I'm gonna have to build a staircase down, because I don't want to be using up my rocket fuel if I don't have to. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna head on down. Using what little rocket fuel I have. Ooh, okay, good, there we go. So the damage to our ship could be worse. It looks like this pylon right here actually took the brunt of the blow. In fact, we might even still have our batteries left up in the battery room, which would be very good because that means we can run off of solar power. In fact, yeah, I see a battery running up there. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to be making... Well, first on the agenda, I suppose, would be to secure up the ship. Because I'm guessing there are going to be not so friendly things on this planet. Probably native inhabitants of sorts. Who knows, maybe even other people for all I know. And we're going to have to shore up the ship. Probably put some turrets on the areas that we use the most. And then we're going to put some entrances and exits in that don't require us to use the jetpack. And then finally, we're going to get an ore detector and probably build an atmospheric ship to see if we can find some resources. We definitely do need platinum. That's one thing that we need. We need gold, silver. Iron, we're probably set on iron. We probably don't need iron. We might need cobalt. And we're probably going to need some things to make gunpowder as well. So we can make ammunition for our gun. Alright, well, I'm going to head back up. We are running relatively low on the hydrogen. Alright, jetpack off. Alright, well, there we go. I think we need to start work. Alright, well, let's get started.